More and more people travelled on the Fat Controller's railway. More and more ships came to the harbours. Everyone had to work very hard indeed. The trucks complained bitterly, but then trucks always do, and no one takes much notice. The coaches complained too. No sooner had they arrived with one train than they had to go out again with fresh passengers as another. We don't know whether we're coming or going, they protested. We feel quite distracted. The Fat Controller stared. Did you say 2 engines, Inspector? Yes, sir. Then send the other back at once. Certainly, sir. But which? The Fat Controller stared again. Engines have numbers, Inspector, he explained patiently. We bought number 57646. Send the other one back. Quite so, sir. But there is a difficulty. What do you mean? The 2 engines are exactly alike, sir, and have no numbers. They say they lost them on the way. The Fat Controller seized his hat. We'll soon settle that nonsense, he said grimly. The 2 engines greeted him cheerfully. I hear you've lost your numbers, he said. How did that happen? The mourner slyly slip it off, sir. You ken who it is. The engines spoke in chorus. What are your names? Donald and Dougie, sir. Good, he said. Then your controller can tell me which of you is which. He didn't ken our names, sir. How could he? We only given ourselves names when we lost our numbers. One of you, said the Fat Controller, is playing truant. I shall find him out and send him home. Inspector, he ordered, give these engines numbers and set them to work. He walked sternly away. Soon workmen came to give the twins their numbers. Donald was 9 and Douglas 10. When the men went away, they were left alone in the shed. You may have noticed, Dougie, that yon painters forgot something. What did they forget? They painted braw new numbers on our tenders, but they put none on us. Donald winked broadly at his twin. Do you mean, grinned Douglas, that we can... Just that, chuckled Donald. Who'd you wished? Here's the Inspector. No 9 and 10, smiled the Inspector. Here's Duck. He'll show you round before you start work. The twins enjoyed themselves, and were soon friends with Duck. Like it fine here, said Donald. That's good, smiled Duck. But take my tip. Watch out for Gordon, Henry and James. They're sure to try some nonsense. Give a flash yourself, chuckled Douglas. We'll soon settle them. Donald and Douglas had deep-toned whistles. They sound like buses, said Gordon. Or ships, sniggered Henry. Tugboat Annie, laughed Gordon. Ha, ha, ha. Donald and Douglas cruised quietly up, one on each side. You wouldn't be making fun of us, would you now? Asked Donald. Gordon and Henry jumped. They glanced nervously from side to side. No, said Gordon. No, certainly not, said Henry. That's fine, said Douglas. Now just mind the both of you, and keep it that way. That was the way Gordon and Henry kept it. Every day, punctually at 3:30, Gordon steams in with the express, and is full of people from England, Wales and Scotland. There is also a special coach for passengers travelling to places on Thomas's branch line. When the other coaches are taken away empty, engines have to remember to shunt the special coach to the bay platform. One afternoon, Douglas helped Duck in the yard, while Donald waited to take a goods train to the other end of the line. As Duck was busy arranging Donald's trucks, Douglas offered to take away Gordon's coaches. Douglas was enjoying himself when an awful thought struck him. I hope the Fat Controller doesn't find out I shouldn't be here. I couldn't abide going back. He worried so much over this that he forgot about Thomas's special coach. He pushed it with the others into the carriage siding, then ambled along to join Donald at the water column. As he went, Thomas scampered by, whistling cheerfully. Soon Thomas came fussing. "Where's my coach?" "Coach?" asked Donald. "What coach?" "My special coach that Gordon brings for me. It's gone. I must find it." He bustled away. "Losh sakes," said Douglas. "I maun have stowed the special coach with the others." "You see that?" exclaimed Donald's driver. A mob of angry passengers erupted from the siding. "They're complaining to the fat controller. He'll be coming here next." "Now listen," said Douglas's driver. "We'll change tenders. Then I'll wire with ye, Donald, and take yon goods. Dinna fash about us. Quick now, do as I say." The fat controller and 3 passengers walked towards them. But Donald, with Douglas's tender, number 10, was out and away with the goods before they came near.